Capability off-road has nothing to do with horsepower or price. Every experienced rider knows the moment. When the trail turns ugly, the climb gets steep, and the bike beneath you either saves the day or leaves you stranded. This video isn't about what looks good in the showroom. It's about the motorcycles riders quietly rely on when traction, balance, and trust matter more than specs. Here are 15 overlooked off-road bikes that are far more capable than most people ever realize. Number 15. Kawasaki KDX-200. We start with the undisputed king of the woods. If you ask any gray-bearded enduro rider what the absolute best trail bike ever made is, they won't say a brand new fuel-injected Austrian machine. They will look you straight in the eye and say the Kawasaki KDX-200. For over 20 years, this green machine defined off-road capability, yet it has largely been completely forgotten by a modern crowd obsessed with peak horsepower. At its heart lies a 198 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled two-stroke engine. But unlike a motocross bike that hits like a light switch, this engine was tuned for pure, raw torque. It pulls from the basement like a tractor, thanks to the legendary KIPS power valve system. This gave the KDX a power band that was impossibly wide for a small two-stroke. It makes roughly 37 horsepower, which is the perfect amount for tight, technical woods riding. Ergonomically, it feels like a mountain bike. It is narrow, incredibly light, weighing roughly 220 pounds, and the suspension is soft and luxuriously plush. It swallows rocks that would deflect a stiff, modern race bike. It fits smaller riders perfectly, but has enough room for six-footers. While it was discontinued in 2006, you can still find these legends for $2,000 to $3,500. It is the ultimate cheater bike of the century. But if you think the KDX is capable, wait until you see the next bike. It is a rare Japanese two-stroke that was designed to absolutely destroy European enduros, and it features an engine valve design that makes it snap like a whip. Do you like to drag your motorcycle off-road? Nice! Drop us a like too. Number 14. Suzuki RMX 250. In the late 90s, Suzuki decided they were tired of watching European brands dominate the World Enduro Championship. They took their legendary RM250 motocrosser, sent it to finishing school, and created a true weapon, the RMX 250. This is a bike that is vastly more capable than the heavy DRZ that eventually replaced it. It features a 249 cubic centimeter two-stroke engine that came from the factory unrestricted with nearly 50 horsepower. But the magic wasn't just the power, it was the delivery. It featured a wide ratio transmission that allowed it to crawl in first gear through rock gardens and then hit 80 miles per hour in fifth gear across the desert. It also used a unique engine case reed valve design that gave it instantaneous throttle response. It snaps to attention the moment you think about twisting the throttle. My neighbor, a guy named Jason, drag raced a brand new 300 two-stroke up a massive shale hill climb on his 1998 RMX. The new bike spun out halfway up. Jason just hooked up and rocketed to the top. The guy on the new bike was absolutely furious that a 20-year-old Suzuki smoked his $12,000 machine. That is the unbelievable power of the RMX. It feels aggressive, the seat is hard and flat, and the tank is slim, encouraging you to stand up and attack the trail. It comes with fully adjustable Showa suspension that was state-of-the-art for its time. While they are rare, finding one is like finding buried treasure. You can pick one up for $2,500 to $3,500. The RMX is a beast, but our next bike is an engineering oddity that actually worked. It features an engine that is literally turned upside down to defy the laws of physics. Number 13. Husaberg FI 570. This is the bike that proves crazy ideas sometimes create absolute genius results. Before Husaberg was absorbed by Husqvarna and turned into just another white KTM, they built the legendary 70-degree engine. The cylinder was tilted forward almost horizontally, putting the crankshaft directly in the center of the bike's mass. It looks weird, but it rides like pure magic. It packs a massive 565 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled four-stroke engine. It makes nearly 60 horsepower. It is a power monster. But because of that unique engine placement, the gyroscopic forces of the spinning crank are neutralized. This means you have the power of a desert racer, but the handling of a 250. Ergonomically, it is very tall, with a seat height of 38 inches. It is absolutely not for the short of leg, but the slim profile means you can move around easily. It feels incredibly light between your knees. These are becoming rare collector's items, usually selling for $4,500 to $6,000. Turning on the engine and hear the engine start sounds like freedom to me. If you feel the same, make sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video. Number 12. Yamaha WR250R. Note the R at the end, not the F. The Yamaha WR250R is often dismissed by hardcore riders as a heavy dual sport. That is a massive mistake. This is the unicorn. It is the only bike on earth that can ride 500 miles on the highway at 70 miles per hour and then complete a hard enduro course without needing an oil change or a valve adjustment. It features a high-tech 250 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled 4-stroke with titanium valves. It revs to a screaming 10,000 RPM. When you unlock the free mods, it makes roughly 30 horsepower. It weighs 295 pounds, which sounds heavy on paper, but it carries that weight extremely low in the chassis. The special sauce here is legendary durability. The valve check interval is 26,000 miles. That is absolutely unheard of in the dirt world. You could ride this bike from Alaska to Argentina and only change the oil and tires. A rider named Sarah actually did exactly that. She told us, "I rode my WRR down the Pan American Highway. I went places pure dirt bikes failed spectacularly because their subframes cracked or their radiators boiled over. The Yamaha just kept humming along. It feels like a full-size dirt bike with a high seat and wide bars, but it is surprisingly comfortable for long distances. The subframe is steel, meaning you can load it with heavy luggage without it snapping. While it was sadly discontinued recently, the cult following keeps prices high, usually between $5,000 and $7,000. The Yamaha is the durability king. But what if you want something ultra-light? What if you want a bike that feels like a mountain bike with a motor? Our next pick is the secret weapon for shorter riders. Number 11. Beta X-Trainer 300. Everyone talks about the Beta RR race models, but the X-Trainer, pronounced cross-trainer, is the real hero for the amateur rider. It is basically a world-class trials bike disguised as an enduro bike. It uses a 293 cubic centimeter two-stroke engine, but unlike a race bike, it is tuned for pure, unadulterated torque. It pulls from 0 RPM without ever stalling. It also features oil injection, so you never have to mix gas at the pump. The frame is roughly 15% smaller than a full-size bike, and the suspension travel is slightly shorter. This results in a seat height of 35.8 inches, nearly 2 inches lower than a KTM. It weighs just 216 pounds. It feels like a toy in the best way possible. You can easily manhandle it. If you get stuck on a steep hill, you can just pick it up and turn it around. A new one costs $8,399, but used ones can be found for $5,500. The Beta is high-tech, but sometimes you just want a hammer. You want a bike so incredibly reliable that it will outlive you. That brings us to the most legendary air-cooled 4-stroke of all time. Number 10. Honda XR 400R. The XR 650 gets all the Baja glory, and the XR 250 is the quintessential beginner bike. But the XR 400R is the Goldilocks machine. It is the perfect balance of power and agility, and it is arguably the most reliable motorcycle engine ever built by human hands. It rocks a 397 cubic centimeter air-cooled single, making 34 horsepower. It uses a dry sump oil system to keep the engine cool even in the deepest mud. It has decent Showa suspension that, with a little tuning, works surprisingly well in the woods. But the magic is the torque curve. It is perfectly flat. It does not matter what gear you are in. If you twist the throttle, the XR instantly finds traction. It is the ultimate hill climb tractor. I have a buddy named Bill in Utah who sank his XR 400 in a river crossing. The bike was completely submerged. We pulled it out, drained the carburetor, kicked it over twice, and it fired right up. We finished the ride. A modern fuel-injected bike would have been absolutely totaled. Ergonomically, it feels old school. You sit in a deep pocket in the seat, and the tank feels a bit wide between the knees, but everything falls to hand perfectly. It is a bike you can ride sitting down all day long without fatigue. Gone since 2004, these are rapidly appreciating in value. Expect to pay $3,000 to $4,500 for a clean one. The XR is old school, but our next bike is cutting edge. It comes from a small factory in Portugal that is embarrassing the giants like Yamaha and Honda by building the bike everyone asked for, but nobody else built. Number 9, AJP PR7. This is the rally racer you can buy straight off the showroom floor. While big manufacturers are building heavy, complicated adventure bikes, AJP built a featherweight, lightweight weapon designed to cross deserts at incredible speed. It uses a 600 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine derived from the Husqvarna/SWM lineage. It pumps out 60 horsepower, but unlike a dual sport, it comes standard with a Samsung tablet tower built into the dash for advanced navigation. The fuel tank is located under the seat to centralize the mass, making the bike feel incredibly nimble and light when tipping into corners. It feels like a pure race bike. The seat is high and flat, allowing you to move your weight forward and back easily. The rally fairing protects your chest from the wind, reducing fatigue on long days. Standing up feels completely natural. It is designed to be ridden at 80 miles per hour across the desert whoops. It comes with a titanium Doma exhaust and carbon fiber intake straight from the factory. You don't need to spend a single dime on upgrades. A new one is expensive at $11,500, and used ones are around $8,500. We have seen rally bikes, but what about a Japanese woods weapon that got watered down? If you know which model to look for, you can find a sleeping giant. Number 8. Suzuki DRZ 400e. Wait, the DRZ? Before you scroll past, I am absolutely not talking about the S or SM models you see on the street. I am talking specifically about the E model. This was the dedicated off-road competition version, and it is a completely different animal. It features a 398 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single. But unlike the street version, the E model came with a Keihin FCR carburetor, hotter camshafts, a higher compression ratio, and a lighter exhaust. It made 49 horsepower, nearly 10 more than the street version. It weighs just 262 pounds, stripping away the heavy lights, subframe, and emissions equipment. The Keihin FCR carburetor is the secret sauce. This single part completely transforms the bike. The throttle response is absolutely violent compared to the sluggish vacuum carburetor on the street model. When you crack the throttle, the front wheel aims for the sky. Rick from Nevada bought an E model and managed to get a license plate for it. He says, "My buddies on modern 450s are shocked when I pull away from them on the straights. It's a true sleeping giant." It feels taller and stiffer than the street version. The tank is plastic, not metal. It is a legitimate, serious woods weapon. While discontinued in the US, you can find used ones for $3,500 to $5,000. The DRZ is a 4-stroke legend, but our next bike is a 2-stroke that was considered the best handling bike in the world before KTM bought the company and changed everything. Number 7, GasGas EC300, pre-KTM. Before KTM bought the Spanish brand GasGas in 2019, GasGas was making incredible 2-strokes that many experts argued were actually better than the Austrian bikes. These legacy GasGas bikes are absolute hidden gems on the used market. It features a 299 cubic centimeter 2-stroke engine. It is renowned for having a trials-like bottom end. It is almost impossible to stall. You can lug it down to 0 miles per hour in 3rd gear, and it will just chug away. But the real reason to buy this bike is the incredible suspension. It came from the factory with top-shelf KYB SSS suspension, widely considered the best off-road fork ever made. To get this on a KTM, you have to spend thousands on aftermarket upgrades. On the GasGas, it was factory stock. Steve from California told us, "The suspension on my 2018 GasGas is superior to the $3,000 cone valve forks on my buddy's new bike. It just floats effortlessly over rocks. Ergonomically, it feels smaller and more compact than a KTM. The steel frame offers more flex and feel than the rigid frames of modern bikes, allowing it to turn on a dime. You can literally steal these for $3,500 to $5,000. We are entering the top 6. The next bike is a machine BMW built when they went absolutely crazy for a year. It has an air shock and an engine that simply refuses to die. Riding one of these bikes off-road is one of the best feelings in the world. Did you ever own one of these bikes? And if yes, tell us your experience in the comments. Number 6, BMW G650 X-Challenge. For a brief moment in 2007, BMW decided they wanted to build a hardcore dirt bike. They spectacularly succeeded, but nobody understood it at the time. The X-Challenge is a Rotax-powered beast that was way ahead of its time. It uses a 652 cubic centimeter Rotax single, making 53 horsepower. This engine is smooth, powerful, and will run for 100,000 miles without a rebuild. But the weirdest and most innovative part is the rear suspension. It featured an air shock, literally a pneumatic bag instead of a coil spring. It saves massive weight. The bike weighs just 318 pounds dry, which is incredibly light for a 650. It is very tall with a seat height of 37 inches. The seat is hard as a rock. Think German plank. But the slim profile and high ground clearance make it completely unstoppable in deep ruts. Hans from Germany rode his X-Challenge through Africa. He said, "It is lighter than a Kawasaki KLR, but has twice the power. It is the best adventure enduro ever made." These have become rare collector's items, but you can find them for $4,500 to $6,000. It is the ultimate choice for the rider who wants to be different. The BMW is big, but our next bike is a surgical instrument. It comes from France and is designed to slice through trees faster than anything else. Number 5. Sherco 300S EF Factory. While everyone buys KTM or Husky, the French are quietly building the ultimate scalpel. The Sherco 300 4-stroke is the bike that dominates tight, technical woods riding on the East Coast. It uses a unique 303 cubic centimeter double overhead cam 4-stroke engine. It doesn't have the brute force of a 450 that tears your arms off, but it revs to the moon. It feels like a race car engine. It uses KYB suspension that is tuned for plushness. It weighs roughly 230 pounds dry. It feels tiny. The chassis is compact. The handlebars feel close to you. It is designed to be threaded effortlessly through trees at high speed. It steers faster than any bike on this list. The special sauce is the Synerject fuel injection. Sherco's mapping is absolutely flawless. It never flames out, never coughs, and allows you to ride a gear high and lug it like a tractor. A new one is expensive at nearly $12,000, but used ones are around $7,500. We are down to the final 4. This next bike is a true cult classic that combines the handling of a 125 with the torque of a 250. Number 4, KTM 200X CW. Before the 150 and the 250, there was the perfect 200. The KTM 200X CW is a cult classic for a reason. It is widely considered the best single-track bike ever made. If you ride tight woods, this is the holy grail. It features a 193 cubic centimeter 2-stroke engine. It makes 39 horsepower. It weighs roughly 209 pounds. It is incredibly light. But unlike a 125 that you have to scream to make power, the 200 has serious grunt. It can pull you out of a mud hole at low RPM. It is a small chassis. If you are over 6 feet tall, you will feel cramped. But if you are average height, it fits like a glove. It is a bike you manhandle. You throw it around. Dan from Ohio told us, "I will never sell my 200. Every time I ride a new bike, I miss the flickability of this thing. It invites you to be aggressive." Discontinued in 2016, these are highly desirable. Expect to pay $4,000 to $6,000. The KTM is a race bike, but our top 3 are about pure, unadulterated capability. The next bike is a humble trail machine that has climbed mountains that $15,000 bikes failed spectacularly to summit. Number 3, Honda CRF 230F. Do not laugh. The Honda CRF 230F is arguably the most capable motorcycle on Earth, simply because it literally never stops. It is the Sherpa of motorcycles. It is simple, heavy, and underpowered. And that is exactly why it wins. It has a 223 cubic centimeter air-cooled single making just 19 horsepower. The suspension is basic, but the ergonomics are pure genius. It is small, low with a 34-inch seat, and soft. It is like sitting in an armchair. You can paddle your feet easily, which makes it unstoppable on steep, loose hill climbs. The secret is the ingenious gearing. First gear is incredibly low. You can let the clutch out at idle, and it will climb a vertical wall. It finds traction where high horsepower bikes just spin and dig holes. Jim from Utah shared a story. "We did a hard enduro ride in Moab. The guys on the 300 2-strokes were overheating and flipping over on the ledges. I just putted effortlessly up the hill on my wife's 230F. They were so mad they wouldn't talk to me at lunch." Discontinued and replaced by the fuel-injected 250, the old carbureted 230 remains the undisputed king of reliability. Used ones are $2,500. The Honda is a tractor, but our runner-up is literally a cheat code. What happens when you put a seat on a World Championship Trials bike? Number 2. Montesa 4Ride. This is the ultimate secret weapon for extreme terrain. The Montesa 4Ride is essentially a competition trials bike that has been fitted with a seat and a larger fuel tank. It allows you to ride lines that are physically impossible on a normal dirt bike. It uses a 259 cubic centimeter 4-stroke engine manufactured by Honda, who owns Montesa. It weighs barely 185 pounds. That is lighter than most riders. It has a 5-speed gearbox with taller ratios so you can actually ride trails, not just hop over rocks. It feels incredibly narrow. You can turn it around in a phone booth. While it has a seat, it is low and thin. Standing up is the default riding position, but the GRIP is absolutely otherworldly. It is not for fast-fire roads, but for the nasty stuff, it has absolutely no equal. New ones are $8,500, and used ones are around $6,000. And finally, the #1 most capable, underrated off-road motorcycle ever made. It is a machine that defies logic, ignores physics, and simply refuses to get stuck. Number 1. Yamaha TW200. Yes, the humble TW200 takes the ultimate top spot. Why? Because capability isn't about how fast you can hit a whoop section. It isn't about how high you can jump. It is about getting from point A to point B, no matter what lies in between. Mud, sand, snow, swamp, or rocky cliffs, the TW conquers them all. It has a 196 cubic centimeter, air-cooled single, making a modest 16 horsepower. But the key is the tires. It features a massive 180 millimeter rear tire and a fat 130 millimeter front tire. They are balloons. These tires act like snowshoes. In deep sand or mud where skinny tires knife in and get stuck, the TW floats on top. It is the only motorcycle that can effectively cross a swamp without sinking. The seat height is an ultra-low 31 inches, and the bars are wide, fitting everyone from 5'2" to 6'2". Buying a brand new one costs $5,000. Used ones hold their value at $3,500. It is the most capable machine ever built because it removes the rider's ego and replaces it with pure, unadulterated traction. Click on the next video on your screen to continue the ride. Join our tribe by subscribing, and don't forget to like this video.